Hello, fellow travelers. It's Neil here.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is
To
Traveling Tour TV. Welcome in. It is Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. And you know what that means. It's time for our International Travelers Hangout. And today we got something special to share with you. We are going to wait a little bit before we share that so that, people get a chance to come home from work and tune in. If you are here right off the start, however, with us, please be sure to hit those thumbs up for us. We would very much appreciate that. It does make a difference indeed. So if you could take care of that for us, please do so. Also make sure that the red button, right, not too far away from those thumbs up, is not red but gray. That way you are indeed a fellow traveler of our channel. And while you're at it, turn that notification bell on because
oh my gosh, yes.
I have been getting...
He's been so busy.
I have been getting editing happy again. And
there's so much coming.
Oh, you may have noticed there is all these premieres scheduled already and they are still coming. By the time I am done, I think I might actually have enough content through the end of the year. So
you know what, and he's been doing too is he has been staggering it. So it might be some Alaska, it might be some Mexico, it might be some of this, it might be some of that. So it's not like, okay, well, we got to watch all the Mexico stuff to get to the next. No. I kind of
changed it up.
Yeah.
That way you have something different every week and not the same topic all the time. In my opinion, I think that's more interesting than having everything of the same topic all at once. At least we do think
it's more interesting.
What?
At least we think it's more interesting.
At least we do. That's right. All right. Let's have a look at the chat here. See who is in here with us right from the start. I see Anne Handley was the first one in the house today. Hello there, Anne. Hello, Kimberly and Neil. How are you doing?
We're doing good.
Okay. That was geared towards Anne, but all right. Yeah. Glad to know you're doing good. Traveling with Nick P in the house. Good evening, everyone. Only 16 more days until I depart on my epic 247-hour, 13,694-mile and 32-day train trip across the United States. Wow.
Well, I mean, it's certainly epic, and I'm so excited for you because you're excited, but I don't think it's something I would want to do. I don't think I could do it, Nick. I don't think I could spend that much time on a train.
Actually, me and Kimberly were just talking about it a little bit, about a train trip that long and whether or not it would be something for us. Well, you just heard Kimberly's answer. As for me, I do like my trains and my railroads, absolutely. But that long?
Now, with that being said, if some of you have seen some of the posts that I do on my personal Facebook of some of these trains that are like the Art Nouveau kind of from that era, and they had all that gorgeous stuff inside of them, and maybe that I could do, but sitting in seats, no.
Maybe not. Well, like I said, if the train would be kind of like a cruise ship on the railroads.
Well, that's what those look like.
Yeah, then I might be game for that, but if it is just basically chairs and maybe, one car where you can get something to eat and drink, that gets iffy. All right, let's see. Who else is here with us? I see our moderator, Anthony Simone, in the house.
Hi,
hello
honey.
There, Anthony, from the state of Florida, tuning in. And, of course, we have your clip ready. Here we go. There's our Anthony. Welcome back, my friend. Glad to have you on board today. Anne was actually asking that to Nick as well. What do you do on the train for all the time you spend on there? Well, I'm going to leave that to Nick to answer. Eric B from Travel Adventure with Eric B is in the house. Our friend from Louisiana. Hello, fellow party people. Yes. And we are indeed in a somewhat celebratory mood. And why you're going to find out later in our live stream. Roberto Norris is in the house. Hello there, Robert. How are you doing? If Maria is out there, please say hi to her from us as well.
I give her a big hug.
Absolutely. Kenny Oaks, Fortman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oaks in the house. Hello there, my friend. Welcome in. Always good seeing you in here. I see some more meetings and greetings being exchanged then. And here is our Duchess of Drinks. Hola, hola. Megan Morris being here in the International Travelers Hangout once again. And let's get to that clip. Here we go for the Duchess. That's our Duchess of Drinks, aka Megan Morris, tuning in from the state of Kentucky. Welcome back, Megan. Anthony reminding everyone to smash the like button. Yes, please do if you haven't done so yet. We would very much appreciate that. Nick asking Megan how her time was in North Kakalaki. Let's see. To which Megan responds that the Stokes are the best host ever, and I wish I could dine on Chef Ronnie's cuisine every day.
I heard he's a very good cook for Megan.
I have heard about Ronnie's cooking, and it is supposed to be good. So we may have to check that out ourselves at some point. And there is not a doubt in my mind that Ronnie and Elma are the best hosts ever. So glad to hear you had a fantastic time. Valerie in the house. Hi, Kim and Neil from PA. Well, hello there, Valerie. And, going by the name, I would say I haven't seen you in here before.
But
however, the picture looks familiar. So
Yes.
I'm thinking here that there might have been a name change.
Let us know.
If I recall correctly, didn't you have a name, something along the lines of Iron City?
Maybe.
Something along those lines, I think. Anyways, good to have you back with
Valerie.
us today. So welcome back. Nick says, but to give you a few ideas of what I do during the time is I sit down and I get to know fellow travelers going different places. I've made some of my best friends aboard Amtrak trains. So for Nick, it's the socializing aspect that really is a big time spender. And he adds to that, of course, gives me plenty of time to shoot videos on my top-of-the-line Samsung S21 Ultra. Plan on shooting quite a bit during my 32 days. And how can you not, Nick? I mean, with a trip like that, yeah, you better.
And all that equipment, yeah, you're
absolutely.
Good to go.
Nick says, my phone is... What?
I'm at the point, that point where your bangs, you have to get them cut. I'm at that point, and they're bothering me.
How the heck did you get to that now?
Because it was bothering me.
Oh, okay. All right. Good to know. Anyways, Nick says, my phone is so good I'm not even bringing my GoPro 8. Really? That is impressive. I tell you what, one thing I have noticed about the GoPro we're currently using, which is a Hero 7 Black, it does great during the day, but it struggles when it gets a little darker. It doesn't do too well. I mean, it's doable-ish. But I know there is equipment out there that does a far better job when in dark surroundings. Valerie is having a good laugh over that. Yes, you are correct. Still iron too. See, I figured. I
recognized all that pretty hair.
Now, there you go. That works. All right, and then we are already caught up with all the comments. Wow, that's within 10 minutes. That's pretty fast.
Yes.
Okay, so one thing that I know I forgot to do last time, and I want to make very, very sure I do it this time.
Is it lurkers?
Yes. We know you have been quite active out there, guys, and really active, because we're seeing some spikes in our views at this point. And we're like,
very thankful for.
What the heck? Where do all these spikes coming from? But meanwhile, there's like not a lot of interaction going on. That means that our lurker community is growing and showing itself from its best side. So, in honor of our lurkers, this is for you. That's right. For all of our lurkers out there, we want to take a moment to say thank you very much for all your support, even though that is from the shadows. Whether it is from the shadows or not, you're still watching our content and therefore still supporting our channel, which we very much appreciate indeed. So if you feel like coming out of those shadows just for a split second, come on out, say hello, and that way we can acknowledge you personally. We would love for us to be able to do that. Going back to the chat then. There's Maria. Hello,
Hey,
Neil and
Maria.
Kim. I am here dealing with Roberto.
Oh.
What he do now, Maria? What he do now? The way you say that suggests that he was up to something. That's great. Nick says, my GoPro sucks as well at night on my phone in the pro video mode. I shot a video of fireworks earlier this year. It shot it so good you would think you were there.
Wonderful.
Okay, now that tells you right there that you have a good
Really
quality
good.
camera for nighttime. That's really awesome, Nick. Yeah. A little bit more meetings and greetings. Okay. All right. Good. So let us go over today's program a little bit. We have, of course, as you can see, right behind us, a background for you to guess. So now we'll get to it, but there is going to be more than one question about this background. So stay tuned for that.
Eric, you're not a lurker.
Is Eric pretending to be a lurker?
You're not a lurker. We know you, Eric.
Okay.
We've traveled with you.
Yeah. and you know, there is basically the rule is once you are done being a lurker, you're forever done being a lurker.
I mean,
you cannot go back
he
to.
was never a lurker.
Yeah, we cannot unknow you, basically.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. Anyways, so yes, there's going to be guess the background going on in a little bit. And then, of course, we do have that breaking news that we also put in a thumbnail. We are, of course, going to share with you what that is. So stay tuned for that as well. And other than that, of course, as usual, we're just going to chat away about everything that's going on in the travel world. A question?
I have a question.
Okay. For who?
For everybody.
Everybody. All right.
Okay. Is it just me or do we all miss Mexico?
I have to admit, if I'm to answer that, you know, I've been going over some footage of you know, that you actually shot in Mexico during your fam tour.
Yeah.
And I'm watching that footage and you know, working with it in the editor and putting videos together. And this is about Mexico. And I'm like, it's been already like several whole months.
I know.
It's like, it's almost like Mexico is calling me back.
Yeah.
And you know, you see those friendly staff members like being all es un placer, and you know, being all nice and friendly and serving you delicious food, and it's like, man, has it really been that long, or does it feel like it has been that long?
I think we need to go back.
Huh. Well, it's never a bad plan to go back to Mexico, is it?
No.
All right. Well, then we need to start talking about that.
I think we do. And I think you need to start telling us what kind of dates work for people.
Well, that would be very premature, but
I mean, that way I can kind of look in a direction. I need to know what direction to look in. If everybody says, oh, you know what? We don't want to do anything till at least January or March, then I'm going to look in January or March. If I get phone calls from 100 people tomorrow that say, hey, we want to go to Mexico in 3 weeks, then I look in 3 weeks.
Well, wait a minute. We were kind of through with the budget for the year. So.
I know, but that would help.
Okay. All right. I'm going back to the comments because we've had some comments coming in. Eric throwing in the travel cry for Mexico. Nice. Maria says, we all miss Mexico. Nick says, I should be meeting Ronnie and Elma this spring. I was supposed to fly to Florida, but I'm delaying that so I can meet the Down Under Cruises in Miami.
Okay.
That was part 1 of 2. Part 2 of 2, he says, next October, before they go on the cruise, I'll take the train down one way and fly back a couple of days later. Cruises do not interest me. I don't hate them. They're just not my thing.
Hey,
fair
that's
enough.
Perfectly fine.
It is not for everyone, Nick. It's that simple. So, yeah, we understand. All right. Let's see. Where's some more comments? The Duchess too definitely miss Mexico. All right, so there's definitely some ears for Mexico there. Daniel Fields, hello there, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. If Nancy is out there, please do say hi to her from us. If she is not working or whatever, just whenever she gets home, please tell her we said hi. There's
Hello.
Rob from Cruising on the High Seas. Hello there. Hey, I'm going to be a lurker tonight. Hope it. I did it once again. Hashtag creator. Nice.
Good to see
nice.
you.
Glad to have you on board here. Let's see. And Nick says that in February, March, he has plans to be on the at the Mardi Gras 2022. Okay, so you
Okay.
are going to do a cruise after all.
No, I
then?
think he's going to be at Mardi Gras
Oh, at
in New Orleans.
Okay. You're going to the Mardi
Mardi
Gras.
Gras.
Okay, gotcha. Well, enjoy for sure. Nick says that he knows the background, but he'll let others guess when it comes time.
Okay.
All right. Well, we are giving everyone time at this point to come up with some guesses, but we will get it started here in a little bit. Anne says, well, I know the background. It's the Durango Silverton narrow gauge railroad engine 480, but it could be anywhere between the 45.2 miles from Durango, Colorado to Silverton, Colorado. Well, again, that was a very quick round of guess the background.
And now we're done.
I mean, with an answer that precise, there is no denying
And
that.
it is in Silverton.
Yeah, it was actually a picture that I took in Silverton after the train had arrived. So, there go my two questions. Where is this? And I was going to ask something about, maybe you could guess the track of the train that you see. And all questions are answered right away. So congratulations to Anne.
I'm going to bet that Nick P knew what it was too.
Yeah, I think he did.
So I think I'm going. You get 1,000,000 points, Anne, and you know what? We're just going to give Nick 1,000,000 points as well.
Why not?
I think he knew too.
Why not, right? But very good, Anne. So have you been on the train that you know that, or do you know people that have done it, or how do you know about this tour? And about it, I'll show you the picture a little bit better. Let me get out of the comment here. Okay, so there's the train. We took this picture, like I just said, in Silverton, Colorado. Like Anne just pointed out, it is a 45.2-mile railroad track between Durango, Colorado, and Silverton. Now, this was a picture that was taken during the tour we directed out there in the southwest of the USA. Now, part of that tour was for our group of fellow travelers to go on this train and, basically traverse that 45-mile journey between Durango and Silverton, which
I really like Durango.
Yeah, they enjoyed it, even though the train ended up with some technical issues, but those were fixed and they got there, so it was all good. But let me tell you something. As tour directors, we did not get to go on the train itself. Unfortunately, we would like to at some point. But unfortunately, that did not happen. However, we were supposed, of course, to meet back up with our fellow travelers in Silverton. So what we did was we took the bus, the half bus, I should say, that I was driving, and drove it from Durango to Silverton. And
Beautiful drive.
What a scenery. I'm telling you.
Lots of scenery, lots to see.
Our tour operator told us as well, you're going to love the drive out there. It is absolutely a gorgeous piece of road to drive. Yeah. And that was definitely true. Definitely true. Very much enjoyed that.
But I really enjoyed Durango, and I did like Silverton as well. We only got to stay there for like an hour or two. But Durango was an awful lot of fun. I mean, I just had that cowboy thing going on. I do recommend, if you are going to go to Durango and it is during their busier season, whatever restaurants you want to eat at, I suggest that you go ahead and make reservations ahead of time. Yeah. Because if you don't, when you get there, you're not going to be able to eat anywhere. And they're going to tell you, oh, well, we have reservations open in 3 or 4 days. Well, you're not going to be there anymore, chances are.
Yeah.
So that's one big thing I would definitely say. Make sure you book everything in advance. Where you want to eat dinner, any activities you want to do.
It gets busy there, for sure.
It's busy, yeah.
Yeah, the Durango is indeed a great town. However, it's also very crowded because people know it's a great town.
Yeah.
So, that causes restaurants to be busy. And don't be surprised if you try to have dinner at several restaurants and they turn you away simply because they're full. They
don't have room.
Yeah, they just don't have room. It's that simple. Now, Silverton is, I would say, smaller than Durango.
Yes. And it looks more rustic.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, and I think this has something to do with its location, but it is a good bit cooler than it was in Durango. Yeah, that's what I noticed. Now, if you know Silverton, you will know that it is like a town that is situated between some mountains. And the mountains are pretty high and prevent a lot of sunlight from coming in. And I think that might have to do something with the fact that it gets a little bit cooler there. But the weather was beautiful. It wasn't like freezing cold or anything, or that you needed gloves and a hat. But nice and crisp, basically. Very a welcome change after like days and days in desert-like temperatures of 80 degrees and above. And I really enjoyed Silverton as well. I would say it was little bit more my pace as far as crowds is concerned. It was a little, okay, maybe not so much after the train had gotten there, but that is basically when the little town really comes to life. It's like it goes all the way from a sleepy little town in the mountains of Colorado all the way to boom. It's like booming business, and restaurants need to have all hands on deck in order to make ends meet. Basically,
I had an elk burger there.
That was good. I enjoy that. Yeah, but definitely, great area to travel in. All right, back to the comments then. Rob says, but it is a bad idea to head back to the DR.
Yeah, we're not going to the DR.
100%. Yes, we're definitely not doing that.
I mean, I could be talking to Jamaica.
That is an option, but DR,
it's not an
no
option.
bueno, not an option. So for Eric, he says that March sounds good, right in the middle of Disney in January and June in Europe. All right. You want to write it down somewhere?
Okay.
Or do you keep it in mind?
I keep it in mind.
Okay, you keep it in mind. Okay, let's see. I see some meetings and greetings then. Anne says, you have to know I have been to Colorado many times. I did not do it, but I have friends that did. Well, we were at my nephew's wedding. Oh, okay, that explains it. Nice. Well, Kenny says hello to everyone that is saying hello to me in the chat. Typing through a phone is why I'm not tagging everyone. He's getting ready to eat beanie weenies with shredded cheese and hot sauce.
I want to eat there. That sounds good to me.
Sounds like you're getting a Kimberly to join you, Kenny. Oh, look here. The crazy Spaniard has arrived. He's very busy at work. Did I miss the breaking news?
No, you did not.
You did not. We were holding off for people to give him a chance to join us here. That way we don't end up telling it 5 million times.
Hi, Dan.
Wait a minute. We didn't even play the clip. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Do you want the mouse?
Want me to take the mouse?
No, I don't. Okay. So let's see here. Let's play that Spanish guitar for the Visos.
I do like the Spanish guitar.
Yes, me too. From the state of Oklahoma, our crazy Spaniard tuning in, probably yet again from some kind of closet at work. I'm making a reference here to how he has been vlogging that series leading up to his cruise on the Mardi Gras. And one of those episodes was actually filmed from what appeared to be a storage closet. I thought that was great. Yes, absolutely. I thought that was great. Dan Zolch indeed in the house. Hello there, Dan. Glad to have you on board once again. Margie Butcher from the state of Arizona also here. Hello there, Margie. We were in Arizona not too long ago, so we got to get a little bit of an idea exactly of your state. Dan says that background would make me nervous. Understood. I mean, rest assured, this is not live footage that you're seeing here. This is actually a picture, so we're fine. But I can understand that. That's funny. Daniel says that he will be on a cruise in March, and Dan says might be on the same cruise as Daniel in March. So March apparently does not work for everyone. Rob says no pink beard. Oh, why, Rafi? Oh, why? Rob having a good laugh over here. Eric says, Neil, I don't know how you keep this stream so entertaining with such a shy and quiet co-host / wife.
I love you, Eric.
I don't know either, Eric. It's a challenge. Trust me. It's a challenge. I mean, it's only part Italian and Irish that you're seeing here. But what could possibly be animated and entertaining about that, right? All right, let's see. Dan is telling Daniel that he will be on the Blitz on the 27th. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. And Margie says that out there where she lives, it is 72. Very pleasant. Yes, for Arizona standards, that is very pleasant indeed. Heck, that would be pleasant by my standards. We have had something similar today here, like 72-ish, something in that direction. But yeah, here it is, of course, accompanied by more humidity than it is out there in Arizona. All right, so we are almost up to 20 people in the house, so we are going to continue with our program for today. Not so much Guess the Background anymore. That was already guessed, boom, right off the bat by Anne Handley, who apparently knew everything about the Durango-Silverton railroad track, even knew how long the track was, and basically gave us, well, all the answers right away about any question we could have asked about it. So
yeah, so now we'll just ask again.
Guess the Background is done. Let's see. Oh, Nick has a comment here. He says, I rode the Durango and Silverton train last summer. The track was washed out, so it was a shorter trip, so it was similar to your Alaska train experience.
Okay.
I want to go back. Oh, I don't blame you. Tell you what, I've been working on those vlogs too, the Alaska vlogs. Matter of fact, we have, a vlog about that cruise to Alaska coming up this weekend, this Sunday, if I recall correctly. That is when you get to see our train trip from Skagway. Exactly that train trip you're mentioning, Nick. Rob shouting out loud, free the Canadians, hashtag free the Canadians. Oh, wait, that is going to happen early November.
Heard.
Yes, so we have heard. Or was that Australia?
No,
was it maybe Canada too?
The United States is opening up more. So
the
United States is letting the Canadians in, I guess, starting in November.
It's about time.
The ground crossing, the borders are going to be opening.
Right. And says Google is wonderful. Yes, it sure is. Yep. Rob, happy about that. Okay, so yes, no more Guess the Background. If you haven't done so yet, quick reminder to smash those thumbs up for us. We would very much appreciate that. It helps our stream out. It helps our channel in general out. And feel free to share the live stream. See if we can get some more fellow travelers in here that might be interested in talking some travel. Okay, so then what do we have? Well, of course, there is the news that we had that I was mentioning earlier on the Facebook, as well as in the thumbnail. And yeah, this is news that we didn't think we were ever going to really bring that kind of news.
No, it's different.
But here we are. So we're about half an hour into the chat. I think we can.
Let's
we
do
can
it.
So
let's do it.
Are you excited?
Maybe.
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm excited.
All right. So, of course, whenever we do have news, that needs to be accompanied by this. Yeah, where to start with this breaking news? I mean, this is unreal, really.
Well, yeah, sort of. Mm-hmm.
Well, not sort of. This is truly unreal.
This is something new.
Yeah. So, you may have heard us say that, travel budget is done for the year. Well, so we thought, we're going to move on next year. We're going to have a look at what we can do, where we could possibly go, combine it with our trips that we will be directing ourselves, and, kind of making a planning for next year. There is still the trip coming up to the Netherlands. We are looking at going there around Christmas and New Year's.
Do Christmas in
I haven't been able to celebrate Christmas and New Year's with my side of the family for a very long time. I mean, you're really talking about a good many years.
Yeah.
So it's really time for that. And when we had to postpone that trip back in, what was it, earlier, October, September, this month or September, we were like, you know what, then we're just going to go over there, hopefully, when Christmas and New Year's comes around. So that was actually going to be the only other trip for the remainder of this year. That was until some extraordinary generous fellow travelers decided to well, let's just say, make things a little bit easier.
Yes.
And apparently want to travel with us bad enough that they are helping to make this possible. And
Yes,
so
and we appreciate
there
it.
is going to be an extra trip. It's
Yeah.
actually going to be a small cruise.
Yes.
That is taking place next month.
Yes.
And I'd like to basically give a massive, massive shout out to these people here. So that is Dewey from Dewey's Destinations. That's Gary Krebs, and that's Robert and Maria Norris.
Yes.
Thank you for such incredible generosity, for
Mhm.
making yet another trip possible for us this year. And now that this has happened, I'm fairly certain that it is that this year, the second year of the age of Corona, so to say,
Yeah.
is bound to become, ironically, paradoxically, so you will, the year that me and Kimberly have done the most trips in 1 year time.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at about 7 trips,
Something crazy.
like that, something insane.
I mean, granted, some of it was work, but our travel is, our work is travel.
It is.
So, lots of planes this year.
Oh yes. Oh,
Yes.
I already lost count for how many times I've been on a plane during my lifetime,
Oh,
but
God, oh,
now
God.
I'm starting to lose count for this year.
I know. And I mean, we had that new experience of being stranded in an airport overnight. Don't need to do that
At
again.
Chicago Midway. Yeah, we killed some time doing a live stream back then.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it's a great way to go. If you are a creator out there,
Mhm.
and you ever get stuck on an airport, do a live stream.
Yeah.
People watch that.
Yeah, and we all got to enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Passed everybody's time.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. A few comments coming in. Eric is all about let's do it. I think that is a reference to Mexico. And then says travel budgets are made to be broken. Well, that is clearly how Dewey, Gary,
Yeah.
Robert, and Maria felt. And so
We appreciate it.
they made this possible. And we're absolutely stunned that they did that for us. That
Yeah.
we never saw that coming. I mean, we know we got some friends in the travel community and everything, but that there is people out there who want to travel with us that bad,
Yeah.
that kind of baffles us.
Yeah.
But we are incredibly grateful for it. Absolutely. So this is fantastic.
We love our
and
travel
are
family. Each and every
really-
one of you.
Yes, for sure. And we're
Each
really
and every one
looking
of you.
forward to that little trip. It's going to be great. Seeing those fellow travelers once again that we have traveled with
Mhm.
before.
And meeting some new ones.
And meeting some new ones. That's right. We'll get to see some new ones as well. Tommy Dotson in the house. Afternoon. Yep, late to the fun. Oh, hey.
That's
Rather
okay.
late than never, Tommy. There is no strict time here that you have to be here. So don't worry about that. As when you're here, you're here. When you're not, It's that simple. People have lives outside of these live streams. The Duchess says, applause to those amazing fellow travelers. Always good to invest in Kim and Neil. Well, we sure appreciate it. And Maria says, we're doing it again. Yeah, absolutely. Margie throwing in a lot of love here. Awesome. We appreciate that. And Rob says, today I wasn't a creator back when I ended up going to Denver to Detroit from Orlando. That sounds like quite a trip, Rob. Wow. That's quite something. Having a good laugh over here. So, yes, well, let's talk about the little cruise a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3-night cruise.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be on Royal Caribbean. I can't wait. I'm going to get to see the new redone Coco Cay, and we're going to go to the beach club, which I'm very excited to try because, y'all may know that my experience with Coco Cay was not a positive one. Okay.
Contrary to mine, I had a great time at Coco
There's no
Cay.
way he had a great time.
I'm telling you, I did. I was in the water snorkeling all day.
Okay. And then we had a monsoon.
Well, you get wet anyways.
And they made you get out of the water.
They did.
Okay. And then they had a horrible buffet and I was attacked by seagulls. Okay, none of this was any good. In fact, my daughter Allison still refers to it as kakake.
Well, I'm sure things have improved.
I know they've changed things, and and here's the thing: when you've had an experience like that, as long as they don't light me on fire and throw me down steps, I'm just going to think it's fantastic. I mean, because it wasn't.
Right.
So I am so excited. Now, the next stop is Nassau, and I've thought about this. I'm not getting off the boat. It's only a 3-day cruise, and I really want to enjoy the ship, and I really want to enjoy hopefully spending some time with some fellow travelers. And I've been to Nassau a bunch of times, and I don't need to get off the boat. I will enjoy the boat more than I will enjoy Nassau. Nassau
does have some interesting excursions.
It does.
Yeah.
And you're more than welcome to do them.
Yeah.
I'm staying on the boat.
Well, if you have never been to Nassau, from there you can go to Balmoral Island.
That was nice.
Balmoral Island is basically, as the name suggests, it is an island with like a nice beach and everything. You can get something to eat there and area to swim. Now, mind you, you may come across some barracuda-looking fish. I'm telling from experience.
He's like, "What is that? What is that eye looking at me?"
Yeah, I was like snorkeling,
and all these little fish are gone.
No, well, later on, because I had to swim a little bit behind the rope because
because he's Neil.
That's what I do, and then I'm like, wow, that's like all of a sudden a dramatic decrease in the amount of sea life that I'm noticing in here. And I keep swimming a little bit, and all of a sudden I notice, how far would it have been? Maybe 20 feet away from me, something like that. I noticed this eye looking at me, and little teeth aggressively, and a lower jaw sticking out. I'm like, looks like a fish is fishy. So I don't think it was a shark. It was not big enough for that. It was a nice-sized fish, nevertheless. And so later on, after we'd gotten home, I was like, you know what? I have to figure out and see what this fish was. And the closest description was a barracuda. Now, barracudas are not usually dangerous to humans. They don't tend to.
Them off.
Well, yeah, don't. Okay,
just poke it.
Don't take them off. That's the message here. But they don't, by themselves go after you, like, for instance, a tiger shark would. No. So, yeah, it was an interesting experience. But, yeah, Balmoral Island, it's one of the excursions. Another one, there is, I forgot the name, but there is this fort. There's an old fort that you can go to. And the front of it looks like the front of a ship, which was deliberately constructed that way.
What are we talking about?
Nassau.
No, that wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, I do remember any of this.
Wow. Maybe I should go.
Just to refresh your memory, apparently. All right. Okay, but yeah, so there are definitely things to do out in Nassau. The one time too, and this was on the one and only other short cruise we did. We did an all-inclusive for a day. Remember that?
Yeah, we did. We did. That was nice.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. So, we enjoyed that.
We walked to it, and there was so much, it wasn't all-inclusive. Basically, you had so many drink coupons, and you had lunch and the use of their private beach.
Yeah. Let's see. Rob is asking us here, have you ever traveled during hurricane season? If so, how was it? Multiple times, Rob.
We did that a lot. We've only ever had bad luck once.
Yeah.
And we got a hurricane.
Yeah, that was in Mexico.
Yes.
We were staying at the Ocean Maya Royale All-Inclusive Resort at the time.
Which are very popular videos.
Yeah. Actually, our number one video is about the Ocean Maya Royale All-Inclusive
And it's not
Resort.
the hurricane.
No, it's not the hurricane video.
You would think it's the hurricane, but it's not.
The hurricane video was our number one for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then over time was overtaken by the
course.
Ocean Maya video. So, but yeah, we made a couple of videos about that, Rob, if you're interested. We'll give you an impression of what that was like. I will say this, I do feel that we are now an experience richer, if that makes any sense. What?
You know what, too? I will say this. Several years ago, we were planning a cruise in September with his mom and his aunt, and they were flying over here, and we were going to go. It was on the MSC Divina, and it ended up being canceled because of hurricane and because they couldn't get in, and and it wasn't going, and we ended up canceling.
Yeah. So you have to kind of like really know what you're doing when it comes to that, because there's no need to be reckless. But the hurricane was actually supposed to strike more so in the Cancun area. Now, we were more south of Cancun. And then all of a sudden, this hurricane, it was Hurricane Zeta, decided to change course and plowed right into our all-inclusive
But
resort.
it was, I mean, at a category 1 when it hit us. It wasn't like a 5 or anything.
No, it could have been far worse, but nevertheless, the damage, at least from where we stand, was considerable. Part of the roof had collapsed. Trees were all blown away, uprooted, so you will. Well, maybe not. Some of them were uprooted. There was flooding.
And we were.
They had actually given us a different room. Remember?
Well, they took us further away from the ocean and put us more into the interior of the resort.
No, they
took good care of us.
You could tell that they knew what they were dealing with here, because obviously, they are from there.
Yeah.
So they and that is my best advice that I can give anyone who ever gets caught into a hurricane. Follow instructions.
Yes.
I mean,
not people tell you on Facebook.
No. You want to go by the instructions provided to you from the resort
and the government
and local authorities.
Yeah.
Don't think the Facebook knows better.
No, I mean during the hurricane season, I had heard on Facebook, read so many crazy things that people were telling people to do. I mean, get in your car and drive as fast as you can into the sun. What do you? Okay, so you're telling
I call BS on that one.
People that you don't know to get in a vehicle in a country they don't know and drive in a direction they're not sure of. To what? Yeah,
really.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Rob says, I'm doing it next September, October for the first time, traveling during hurricane season. Okay, all right. Well, just be careful. And like I said, don't follow Facebook. Just
do what they tell you.
Exactly. And you'll be just fine. Greg Carter in the house.
Greg!
Hey, Greg, what's going on? Welcome in. Maria is not a fan of Nassau either. Dan, not a Nassau fan either, staying on the ship. Yeah. I think if you have been there a few times, then you will have seen it. And there is of course the hotel out there that is also worthwhile seeing. Absolutely. But once you have been to those spots, I understand. Maria's prediction, however, is that you will enjoy Coco Key this time.
I think I will too.
Very much looking forward to seeing the changes that have taken place out there at this point. Looks like Rafael has another travel cry.
Barracuda.
Greg Carter. Okay, so Nassau is not very popular among our fellow travelers from what it looks like. And Kenny says that he's looking forward to getting to meet us all in person one day. That's going to happen, Kenny. It's not a matter of if, that's a matter of when. Absolutely. Nick says that on his train trip next month, he will be passing near Pittsburgh. Oh, wish I had time to stop the westbound capital. Limited stops in downtown Pittsburgh at about midnight on its way to Chicago from DC. That's a bummer.
Would love to meet up with you.
Absolutely. And tell you what, Nick, I think you would actually get a kick out of Pittsburgh.
It's a gorgeous city.
It's a very underrated city in our opinion. And no, that is not just because we live here, but there is truly a lot to do and to see. Just take the old 19th century incline, for instance.
And it's a great food city.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But there is an old incline that takes you up Mount Washington, which is on the Fort Pitt Tunnel side of the river. One of the rivers, I should say, because, there's 3 rivers coming together right in downtown Pittsburgh, which is pretty cool. But the incline, it takes you up the mountain, and then you have an absolutely stunning scenic view of downtown Pittsburgh from there.
Pretty at night, too.
It's great. Not to mention Phipps Conservatory.
Okay, we love Phipps Conservatory.
Why do we love Phipps Conservatory? I mean, we are lifetime fans of that place.
I know. And it's different every season.
It is. So yeah, they have all these interesting and bizarre plants and whatnot out there, and you can see anything from carnivorous plants to a banana tree
And
there
they
to
also
a
have
pineapple plant. I've even seen that out there.
they also have like glass shows certain times a year at the
Oh yeah,
conservatory.
oh yeah.
They'll have all this glass art and things in with it. I mean, it's really beautiful.
I like to go during the winter time.
Yes.
That we haven't done yet. I
At
don't
Christmas time, they do all the trains.
think.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah, we gotta check that out for sure. So yeah, that's a shame that you don't get to stop there, Nick. But hey, maybe some other time, right? And then he says the only other country I've ever been to on our continent is Canada. Well, consider that North America only consists of Canada and the United States. And, well, okay, if you really want to include Mexico, well, technically I consider Mexico more Central America. But hey, then that gives you a 100% score if you only consider those two countries. Dan says that the worst part is no alcohol during the hurricane. Yeah, there is that.
You know what? Actually, I mean, there was still stuff in our mini bar. And we had also gotten they'd given us a bottle of wine for I forget for what. And so I mean we had alcohol and we had sparkling water, so I was okay.
Whatever works, right? Rob says, I'll call you all for advice. Well, we're giving it to you right now. Just if a hurricane happens and you're out there in Mexico, wherever you are, just follow
listen.
the instructions. You'll be just fine. Rafael says that their anniversary is on October 19th, so we always travel during hurricane season. Yeah. Well, then you also know what you're dealing with. And yeah, heck, you were there for Hurricane Zeta too. Just you happened to be in Cancun at, the Fiesta Americana Condesa.
Which I like that
where
resort.
we ended up at, because the resort wasn't really, let's say, functional where we were staying at.
Power. There was no air conditioning.
No flooding, power outage. It was all no bueno for sure. What are you cruising, says Rafael? Yes.
All, just a little one.
Just a little one, Rafael. But this you have to understand was we
were surprised,
helped out, let's say. So, Robert, Maria, Dewey, and Gary all bundled together to make this possible. Horizon, says Rob here. Okay. Is that Carnival Horizon? Dutch is having a good laugh. Funny how your all-inclusive turns into a no-inclusive in an instant. Yeah, you can certainly say that. Nick says that he has been to Pittsburgh. It's a great city. Well, then you know. Yeah, then you know for sure. Let's see. Roland's hot lobster roll.
Ooh.
That sounds like something Kimberly would particularly enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Eric says North America has 23 official countries, counting the island countries and Central America.
Okay, thank you there.
All right, if that is the case, then yeah, you would have to count way more countries, and there's the island nations, of course. Yeah. Roland's on the Strip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. There are some suggestions here for those of you ever coming to Pittsburgh. Where are we going? So it is Coco Key and Nassau, Bahamas, Rafael.
It's just a 3-day.
Yeah, it's just a 3-day. This is a short cruise. And we like I said, we didn't even plan on going until we were really surprised by all the help we got. So
now, if anybody would like to go, let me know, and I'll be happy to book you to come with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Anna's asking, what ship are we going on and out of what city? So the city is Orlando. The ship was the Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Which one was it?
Which one is it?
Maybe Robert and Maria know.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's just like totally right.
Yeah, it is a Royal Caribbean. We know that much. Yes, it is a Royal. Yep. Yeah. So I'm curious to see if there's actually going to be a difference in experience between a short Carnival cruise and a short Royal Caribbean cruise. We have both sailed with Carnival and Royal Caribbean before, as you may know, but we have not done a short cruise yet with Royal Caribbean. So now we will have the opportunity to see and check out what the differences are. What airline are we going to be flying? Isn't it Southwest?
Southwest.
Yeah, so hopefully they will get their ducks in a row by the time we get to fly. And Maria is pointing out to us that it is going to be the Independence of the Sea.
Okay.
So that means we get to check out the ship we haven't been on yet.
Mm-hmm.
Very much looking forward to that. So that is going to be the cruise ship it will be on. So yeah, if you are interested in coming along, do let us know and see what we can do. Short is what, says Eric? 4 days?
Yeah, well, it's 3 nights, 4 days, I guess.
3 nights, 4 days? Okay.
We are going on the 12th of November.
And since there isn't a port in Orlando, I think, Cape Canaveral. But you're absolutely right. And yeah, Cape Canaveral, I mean, the port, we just fly into Orlando. Yeah. What date?
The 12th.
12th of
November.
Of this year.
Yes.
This year, not next year.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, the 12th of November.
So in just about a month from now.
Yes.
Awesome. 2 or 3 bags go free, says Rob.
Yeah, on Southwest, 2 bags you can check, and then you can have your carry-on as well. I do not need that many bags. Not for this little trip.
No, you could probably do with a carry-on.
Yeah, but then I can't, no, because I need too many liquids.
I may actually be good enough with a carry-on.
I think you would be.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be.
Yeah, Maria pointing out 3 days. Awesome. And Nick says on the 12th of November, I'll be on Amtrak's Lakeshore Limited, rolling across upstate New York, working my way down to Atlanta to meet Darian. All right. Well, Nick, you wouldn't be able to tell, but yeah, you are excited about this. Just a little bit. And you're spending his 30th birthday with him down in Georgia, so you get a little bit of a birthday party that way. But you sure are celebrating that the right way, Nick. Absolutely. Rafael says that Coco Key is fantastic. Well, you heard the story. I had a great experience before out there. Kimberly, not so much. But we'll find out what the differences are compared to last time we got there. Now, see, one place that did not change to the good, while they really had hyped me up. Yeah, not just Kimberly.
I know what he's saying.
Someone else as well who happened to be on that same excursion. That was Grand Cayman.
Mm-hmm.
I was told all these paradise-like stories about Grand Cayman. Then we got there and it is like an industrial dump. It's like, what is this?
It had changed.
You know, if the beach was so small, with a little bit of effort, I could have 1 foot on the street and 1 foot in the water and never even touch the beach itself.
I know.
It was terrible. I did not like that. But the snorkeling, I have to admit, was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic snorkeling out there on Grand Cayman. But
yeah, because they haven't figured out how to put a hotel
beach
in
itself
the
wasn't worth much. Absolutely not. And it was bad enough that, and it wasn't just me, because the other lady that happened to point it out to me how great it was going to be later came back to me and apologized.
And she said, I wanted to find you because you're probably thinking I'm crazy.
This is not what I remember, she goes. Well, sometimes I guess not all changes are to the good. And that was the evidence right there. Tommy says, has good hopes that Southwest will have their act together by then. Yeah, that's what we're banking on, Tommy. That's all we can do. Try Coco Key sandwich at the Snack Shack. Okay, that's good advice. Thank you. And says we will be home by then. We are out of Cape Canaveral from the 30th of October to 6th of November on the Mardi Gras. Oh, so you're gonna be right before us there. Oh boy. That's a bummer. It would have been fun to meet up with you out there. Rafael says it's a day after his birthday then. Yeah, There you go. And Nick says, epic and crazy trips make for the best memories. No matter what way you do a trip, make it crazy and memorable.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, Nick, we have had our share of crazy this year for sure. I mean, just the last trip we did alone out there in the Southwest. Wow. That was something. Tommy says, you're right, Grand Cayman isn't what it used to be when we honeymooned there 42 years ago. It was a tropical paradise back then. Yeah, that's such a shame. I hate when it happens to places like that. And, you know, you got something good going on. Why does it have to take such a turn for the worse? That's such a bummer. Chicken sandwich. Rafael corrects himself. Sorry, I'm driving. Okay.
Okay.
Just keep your hands on the steering wheel. It's all good.
Matter.
It's all good. You can most definitely use our live stream as if it were a radio show. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
We're going to be at the beach club that day, Raphael. So we have all the food and everything that we want at the beach club. So I'm anxious to see. I'm hearing there's going to be lobster and all kinds of stuff. So, I like food.
Oh, that's for sure. Anne says there's a great hotel in Cape Canaveral. It's country and inn and suites on Astronaut Boulevard. Also, Checoco Beach Shuttle with 6 people was $28 per couple to the hotel and $30 per couple back to the airport.
Wow. Well,
that's good.
We are actually flying in the day of this time. We're going to get there at like 7:00 in the morning, though. Yeah, we got to leave really early. Yeah. And Dewey's actually picking us up at the airport.
Yeah.
So, and that also leaves me okay. So the day the cruise is done, once we get off the cruise ship, we're going to be with Dewey. And if Robert and Marie are going to join us, I hope so, or Gary, whoever. I don't know what time I don't know what time Gary's flights are and things. But we have all the way until 10:00 at night until our flight back.
Okay.
So we have that whole day. Now, anyone who's going to be in the area that might be interested in meeting up for lunch or an early dinner, let us know, because Dewey, we're interested in meeting some more fellow travelers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because we're gonna have that whole day in that area, so please let us know.
I know the Spikers are in that area, not far from there, like an hour away.
So let us know if it's a possibility.
Yeah,
that'd be like the 15th.
Rob says, should I book the cruise? Should I book through the cruise line or on my own from where I'm coming from and time of the year?
I always recommend using a travel agent.
This travel agent?
Yeah, that would be nice. But if not me, another travel agent, I think is always the best way to go, because you're going to get the majority of your questions answered that way. And they can book it for you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost anymore. And generally speaking, a travel agent will save you money.
There you go. Hey, look, we got company from Jamaica.
Hey!
Selvin's Kitchen in the house. Hello there. Big shout out to you. Welcome back here in the International Travelers Hangout. Raphael insists on checking out the chicken sandwich with the mozzarella sticks in it. It's worth it. That sounds more like Kimberly's cup of tea. Let's see here. Oh, Rob was referring to airfare.
Okay, now the thing is it depends on what cruise line you're going with too, because a lot of times you can get you can book the airfare through the cruise line, and now they are at competitive rates and sometimes even cheaper. So you want to look at that too. Like I said, the best thing to do is consult a travel agent.
There you go. Eric says it is funny. Anytime I see a cruise vlog, Dewey is there. Every cruise is Dewey's cruise. Hashtag just Dewey it.
Yes,
okay.
It's always Dewey.
So
there.
Here's
what Dewey does.
Here's something absolutely hysterical about Dewey. So he has on his phone this entire calendar with countdowns of all the trips he has coming up. And it is like this big. It's enormous. Mm-hmm. And he has all these countdowns going. And man, he got really a full travel schedule. I mean, we think we have been traveling a lot. It's nothing compared to how often Dewey is traveling. And that's absolutely good for him. That's great.
We love our Dewey.
Nick says, my 2 tightest connections between trains are being overnighted. I'm leaving a day early from Minnesota and spending a night in Chicago to make sure I make my train to DC, then doing the same in Los Angeles. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, it does sound like quite an involved train trip for sure, Nick, but definitely you're going to see so much.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Connections can be a pain in the butt. Yes. You know what? And for that reason, we like our park and flies, particularly for trips to Europe. Simply because to avoid the connection, and we don't mind the drive if it is a little longer. So, and from where we live, it's like, let's say with a stop 4.5 hour drive to the airports of Baltimore or Washington, D.C.
And we can go DC to Europe usually direct.
Yeah.
Now, I will be honest though, for this next trip, I'm kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other on this, because we're looking at going in December. I'm worried about hitting weather.
Yeah.
Do we really want to make the drive to DC or just to Pittsburgh?
Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Hey, look, the Gilberts are in the house.
Hey.
Hello, guys. What's going on? Good to have you with us today. Nick says, on the rails or even in the air. Yeah, you are traveling. Yeah. I've been in some interesting situations as far as connections and trains is concerned. That's for sure. But that was back in the Netherlands years ago. Nathan Rita,
hey, Nathan.
hello there, regular in our live stream. Nathan Rita once again joining us in the International Travelers Hangout. Welcome back. I see the Gilberts are getting a warm welcome. Awesome. That's right, guys. If you do happen to see any fellow travelers coming to the chat, please be sure to take the few seconds it takes to say hi to them. Odds are you will get to them before we do, due to the large amount of comments we go through. Anne says that Dewey's on the Mardi Gras, so I will get to meet him then. Yes, you will. And Nick says it seems like Dewey's always on a cruise ship. Well, either that or on a river cruise ship.
Or at an all-inclusive resort with us.
Yeah, or on an airplane. It's awesome. Lindy Lou!
Hey, Lindy Lou!
Hey, what's going
on?
More meetings and greetings. Awesome.
There's the Spankers.
Yeah, I see that. Let's see here. And also said, yes, traveling Gilberts will be. I know who they are even before I get to meet them. Well, hey, that works out then, right? That's awesome. Yeah, speaking of the devil, there they are. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to play you a clip. Let's do that first. I mean, you are one of our moderators. As a matter of fact, you are our first moderator ever. So, of course, here's your clip. From the state of Florida, it's Spikers tuning in from Spikers Crazy Adventures. Duck and Cindy, welcome in. So, why did I say speak of the devil? Well, we just made the announcement that unexpectedly we have another trip coming up. This trip is a little cruise, and it departs from Port Canaveral, meaning that we are going to fly into Orlando. Now, I realize Orlando is not that far away from where you guys are living, so maybe we could work something out and finally, after all the time, get together for lunch or something. That would be totally awesome. At least we think it would be. So, yeah, let us know if you're interested in that. Then Rafael says, for our flight for the Mardi Gras, we have a direct flight with Allegiant. So happy with very first time flying with them. Didn't we fly with Allegiant?
Yeah, that's fine.
Allegiant is like any other budget airline, Rafael. You just pay for air, but other than that, you'll be fine. More meetings and greetings. Nick then says, I love the trains in the Netherlands. On the ship I took from England, I was able to buy a day pass for my first day in your home country. It led to an early visit to Amsterdam. Well, I bet it did. Amsterdam is only, downtown Amsterdam, I should say, maybe like a 10-minute train trip from the airport. It's not that far away. And because it's a small country, you can basically go anywhere from Amsterdam, and within, let's say 3 hours, you can be on the other side of the country. So, but if you love the trains in the Netherlands now, back in the day, it was definitely a lot better, Nick. I mean, they have changed a lot of regulations, and it is really a lot of hassle now to even get on the train, and it's gotten very expensive. Lindy Lou saying hi to us. Awesome. And Sir Gary of the Beaches.
I wonder what is the breaking news, Gary?
Yeah, well, who would have thought? Well, just for Gary.
Okay.
Because, he was one of the four. Just for Gary and for everyone else who has just joined us, let's bring the breaking news one more time, including the little clip that we had. I mean, you might as well,
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so here is it
breaking
one more time. right. So, Sir Gary of the Beaches, the breaking news is not really news to you. We made earlier in our live stream the announcement that we do have, after all, another trip coming up this year, which is a nice and small cruise in the Caribbean and made possible by certain incredibly generous fellow travelers. So, here we go once again. We want to say a big thank you to Dewey from Dewey's Destinations, to Gary Krabs and Robert and Maria Norris for helping us to make this extra bonus trip this year possible.
And we can't wait to travel with all of you.
Absolutely. We are going to have such a blast.
We're going to have a good time.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for doing that for us. We really appreciate that. And yeah, let's just have a lot of fun on that cruise.
Yes.
We totally are looking forward to it. All right, let's see. Nick then says, I already had plans to be there the day after, but I was able to go there twice instead of once from Leiden. Oh, okay, you went to Leiden. Leiden is very much known in the Netherlands as university city. It has, in the Netherlands, rather famous university of Leiden, basically. And it's an interesting city from what I've understood. I don't think I've ever really explored Leiden, but can't explore everything, right? The Gilberts are saying that there will be a lot of us on the Mardi Gras in just a couple of weeks. Yeah, that's a big cruise community cruise from what I'm understanding. Dutch is talking to Gary there. Spiker saying that would be awesome. Would love it. Well, then we're gonna make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
Or you know what? You can come on the cruise too.
Well, yeah, there is that possibility.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. Dan is looking forward to his cruise. 18 days to Celebrity Edge Part 2.
I know.
I bet you're getting excited for that, Dan. Lenny Lou says, guess you're back home from your adventures out of Nevada. Yes, we are indeed back from our trip. Matter of fact, we have been back for a week now, something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's good to be home though.
Yeah,
Eddie's very glad
sure is good to be back home again. There was a little bit of a change in plans. We did come home somewhat prematurely, but that's all good and fine.
Yeah.
Nick, then the ship I took brought me into Hook of Holland, to put it in perspective where I came in. Okay, all right, that is right by Rotterdam there. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Break it down, says Eric. Break what down? The Duchess says, okay. Working on someone. Okay. So that's right. The Duchess of Drinks and Nick are trying to considering. That's good. It would be awesome to have those two on the cruise.
Yeah,
well.
I think after the cruise we should go to Mexico.
Oh, okay. Just like that, huh? Let's see. You talking to Megan here still, Gary? Selva's Kitchen throwing in lots of stuff. Always good. All those positive vibes. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. So what's cooking today, Selva's Kitchen? Are you making anything good? Kenny says that he is still out there listening and watching in the background the whole time. Kenny, that's always appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And what?
You know what I should do?
What?
Just like say in Mexico, I should just randomly scream, Kenny!
Oh, gee. I'm sure he would like that. He would get a kick out of that. Are you watching Kenny? That's funny. Nick says, when I went to the Netherlands, I was based out of Leiden because that's where my ancestors lived from 1608 to 1620 before they boarded the Mayflower. Wow. Yeah, I know you have been doing quite some research into your ancestry, Nick, and you discovered some interesting things. So yeah, that's great. Let's see. Gary is telling the Spikers, pick them up from the port. You can spend the whole day with them. Good idea. Yeah, there is that option there.
Dewey is going to be with us too, because Dewey's going to be at the port and he's going to come with us for whatever we do that day. So we can meet you with Dewey. That would be great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would be awesome. Gary says, you guys can see, but the cast is off my right hand. All right. That is fantastic. Glad to hear that, Gary. Glad to hear that. hopefully the remainder of everything you shattered and broke is
and
also
bruised and bumped and
is also on the way to recovery.
Yes.
That would be good. Robert talking to the Duchess as well. Yeah, also encouraging her to come along on that little cruise. Yes, and there he goes. You said breaking news, so I said break it down.
Okay.
Nice. Daniel says, can never have too much #random screaming. Now there are some fellow travelers we are still way past due to meet up with. The Fieldses. Oh, that's gonna be epic by the time that's gonna happen. I know that's going to be epic. Rafael says, so after that cruise, you should join us virgins on December 5th.
I would like to.
That's getting very, very close to the time that we're going to be headed to the Netherlands.
The truth is I would travel constantly.
I know you would.
I would love to, because I love meeting everybody. I enjoy seeing places. Don't get me wrong, but for me, traveling is really about the people and the cultures and experiencing that and getting to know different people. And that's why I love the travel community so much, and all the people we've been so blessed to meet. It's just fantastic. I'm excited.
I really would not be able to tell. Kenny says, love your energy and bubbly personality. Well, thank you so much for that compliment. And Nick says that his family left from a church in Rotterdam and was able to stand on the exact spot where they left, heading for the Mayflower.
Wow.
That is fantastic, Nick.
That's really cool.
That must have been quite an experience for you. Cindy says, having a good laugh. Neil, do you still have an eardrum in that ear, or is it officially busted? What did you say, Cindy? Yeah, it's gone. It's just gone. Duchess says it would definitely be worth it just to hang out with you fine people again. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's see. ARC Adventures in the house.
Hello.
Oh, hello there, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Right back at you. And thank you so much for being here with us. Daniel says that they have 5 cruises and 4 other trips planned. I hope our paths cross there somewhere.
That would be good.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Keep us posted what those cruises and trips are and when they're coming up around the time they're actually taking place. And maybe we can work something out. Nick says, Neil must lose a lot of hearing from all the screaming you do, Kim. I do. Kenny says, I can wait for my first group cruise in October 15th to the 23rd. Yeah, that's going to be... Kenny, you're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. I remember my first cruise. It wasn't a group cruise, but it was the first cruise. That was already epic. You're not only going to go on your first cruise, but you're also going on your first cruise while meeting a lot of fellow travelers. You're going to love it, for sure. That reminds me, Gary says, there will be no buffet for you at Coco Key. What? No buffet?
Yeah, because we have the beach club. We have all this beautiful sit-down, wonderful food that they'll give us.
Well, okay, but that's I can make an exception for that.
Yeah,
I'll be fine. Yes, Gary. Oh, Dutch is talking to Gary out there. Rafael, then the cool thing at 2:46 a.m., the day of sailing on the Mardi Gras, we may meet Tyler to see a rocket launch. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
You better make sure you vlog that, Rafael. That would be a great, great vlog if you can get that on camera somehow. That's awesome. Let's see. Are we all catching up then again? Yep, it does look like it that way. Okay, good. So I see that slowly but surely we're getting towards the end of our live stream. After us at 7 p.m. EDT, Sherry from Sherry Awesome Sunsets will be doing live. So if you feel like talking a little more travel, pop over to her live stream. Let her know that you're coming from a TTT rate.
Yeah.
And enjoy her live stream out there. We have a lot of things coming up. So first of all, this Friday, day after tomorrow at 11 p.m. EDT, it's of course going to be time again for our Night Owl edition.
Yes.
And you know what that means. Yes, we will be playing All Roads Lead to Travel. That ever more infamous game of ours. We will be playing that again. Then 2 days after that, so I'm talking that Sunday, So you're talking then Sunday the 17th. That is when our Alaska, our first Alaska, well, no, I should say second Alaska vlog will premiere. And this time it's going to be about Skagway. Great way to get a little bit of insight in what there all is to do in Skagway, and you get an impression of the scenery. I have a lot of footage that I put in there of the train trip we did, as well as the city tour that we took. Then on Monday, right after that Sunday, that is when we share with you the video that we made about the Nick and Nora's Steakhouse on board of the Carnival
that was
Miracle.
so good. We went twice.
This was a fantastic sit-down restaurant. Yes, you hear me say the words fantastic and sit-down restaurant in one sentence. That should tell you something.
And I had
right
the
there.
wine pairing. Me and Dewey did the wine pairing with it. And I'll tell you what, I would so do that again. If you take the time, he didn't do it, and he really should have. I mean, it made it.
Do what?
The
wine pairing.
pairing.
Ah, that's okay.
It was so good.
I bet.
It really added a lot to the meal. I mean, if you thought that meal was that good to begin with the wine pairing, it just took it over the edge.
Good. Okay, so and then after that, it's almost already Wednesday again for our regular live stream. So lots of things coming up here at To Travel and Tour. Rest assured, you're not going to be bored.
No.
All right, few more comments. Gary agrees. He says, yes, Neil, you can make an exception for filet and lobster. Yeah, I could. You will, pass the buffet on the way, Neil. Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's okay, because this is going to be something special, I have a feeling. So that's I can deal with that. Eric says, me and Kenny lose our cruise virginity on the same cruise. Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's awesome, Eric. I'm very curious how you are going to experience the cruise. As you know, I always praise you for the way you vlog things, because you vlog them in exact the same way as you experience wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. So I'm very much looking forward to hearing from you and your experience during your first cruise. Adding to that means night owl is the best owl. Yes, that's for sure. And Nick is saying, I don't know if she's going live today. I do not see a thumbnail. Oh, really?
Okay.
Usually she does go live at 7 p.m., but maybe not today. I'm not exactly sure then. ARC Adventures also pointing out to Eric, first cruise, how exciting for you. Yeah, you will not have any idea what a cruise is really like until I would say you're on it. But the first moment that you actually see a cruise ship in real, that is when the experience already starts, because you have no clue how huge those cruise ships are until you stand right in front of them, until you see that, yes, 3 lengths of a football field does fit in this thing. It is truly like that. And it is far more than a means of transportation. It is a destination all by itself. It's a destination to a destination. That would be a great way to put it. No wine for me, says Lindy Lou. I'm allergic. Oh, yeah, then you better not get to the wine there. Hey, Ronnie and Alma, our friends from Life is Good Today in the house. Woo! Also known as the Woo Crew. Nice. Welcome in. Margie says, congratulations for your cruise to Travel and Tour. Bravo for your travel companions. Giving a shout out there to Gary, Robert, Maria, and Dewey. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much once again to those 4 people for making this bonus trip this year possible. That means the world to us, guys. It really does. We didn't realize we are worth that kind of investment.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oasis class is almost 4 football fields, points Gary out. Wow. That is something. Can you imagine that 4 lengths of a football field? That's getting close to half a kilometer in sheer length. That is massive. That is absolutely massive. All right, good. I think we're going to start to wrap it up in here.
I think so too.
So first and foremost, big thank you to those 4 fellow travelers, Robert and Maria Norris, Gary Krebs, and Dewey from Dewey's Destinations for getting us that bonus trip. For helping us to make that possible. Very, very much appreciate that. And special thank you also, of course, to all of our moderators in today's live stream who made sure that once again everything ran nice and smoothly. On your way out, remember to hit those thumbs up for us. We would very much appreciate that. If you're not yet a member of the TTT community on the Facebook,
why aren't you?
I'm going to quote Tommy Travels. Correct that mistake immediately.
Yes.
Come join us. It's a very easy and laid-back kind of group. As long as you post anything travel-related, food, drink-related, you're going to be just fine. No long list of rules. We just count on people's common sense. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And until next time, this is Neil.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is To Travel and Tour TV.
Bye.
Bye-bye.